Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hopefully, I'm connected here. I got the circle going. Looks like I'm live. I never know I'm actually live. Oh, I just heard Jamie's phone announce that I'm live, so we should have some viewers coming on. But the real way to know if you're live is there's people actually on the actually watching. So some viewers are coming on now. So hello everybody who's coming on board. Hello. I'm going to talk about some myths about the famed cheese Reggiano from Emilia-Romagna, Parmesan Reggiano, the famous Italian cheese, the king of Italian cheese. I'm going to talk about this cheese and some myths about it, some things that people don't quite understand. I'm trying to make this short today, so it's educational. So, thank you for everybody who's tuning in. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in. Hello, Lynn. Hello, everybody else who's logging in. So, hello, Joel from Arizona. If you're watching this live, drop a comment, #live. If it's on the replay, #replay. It's always great to drop a comment of where you're tuning in from. I would definitely share this video with people that love Reggiano cheese or love Parmesan cheese. Okay, I'm going to drop a couple simple facts today about it. So, first of all, there is an insane amount of Reggiano cheese out there that is imitation. That is imitation and not even close to the real deal. This stuff is made in America. Kraft Parmesan cheese was the ones who really propelled this product. So when you talk about Reggiano, about Parmesan, first of all, Parmigiano, Parmigiano is the correct Italian spelling. Parmesan, P-A-R-E-S-A-N, Parmesan is the American version of that. So Kraft and the other producers in here in America use this American version, Parmesan, P-A-R-M-E-S-A-N, Parmesan. But in Italy, it means Parmesan Reggiano. It's the real deal. So, Parmesan, this quote-unquote knockoff Parmesan, can be produced anywhere. It can be produced in America, it can be produced in Argentina, it can be produced anywhere. It's just a total knockoff. The reason why they're allowed to do that is because the U.S. allows us, in the U.S. companies, to infringe on other people's copyrights. Because really, Reggiano's a copyright. Champagne's a copyright. Kobe beef is a copyright. These are all copyrights. Champagne has a great legal team that will go after any winery in the world that puts champagne in their bottle, because that's because from Champagne, France. I mean, you're not from Champagne, France, they go after you, they sue you, they threaten you. Italy, they don't really have that kind of legal team. Kobe beef, I don't think there's any legal team in Kobe beef, because all these Wagyu producers are calling their beef Kobe beef, and it's not even close to Kobe beef. They're even calling other Japanese beef Kobe beef. They're calling American Wagyu Kobe beef. They're calling Australian beef Kobe beef, and there's no attorneys, no legal team going after them. But in the U.S., we don't, as a nation as a whole, our system, we don't protect other people's copyrights. But as soon as France, Spain, or anybody makes bourbon, we're all over them. As soon as they make anything that is indicative of the U.S., that what the U.S. is known for, we go after them. So we have a very double standards when it comes to protecting our trade names and protecting imported trade names. Totally double standard. So with that being said, if you're buying real Parmesan from Emilia-Romagna, from Italy, the real deal, certified Parmesan, people have said this to me very often. They go, well, you get the good stuff. The stuff that's in the grocery store isn't the good Parmesan. It's real, but it's not the good stuff. So this is totally untrue. So if you go to Sam's Club right now and buy Parmesan Reggiano, this good stuff from Italy, it's the same stuff that I can buy. If you go to Sam's Club, Walmart, if you go to Costco, if you go to ShopRite, if you go to Hannaford's, if you go anywhere, Restaurant Depot, and you're buying Reggiano from Italy, it's all the same. There is no difference. There is no main difference in quality. It's all made the same way. But people think that, oh, the stuff at Walmart's not good. I need to go to Arthur Avenue in the Bronx and pick up the real deal Reggiano. That Walmart, the stuff that says Parmesan Reggiano with the certified stamp on it's not the good stuff. That is so untrue. In Italy, The cheese is all the same. The only single difference in the cheese is the aging process. It has to be a minimum of 12 months old. They go 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, and Murray's in New York City will even have a 60-month-old, a 5-year-old, but those are so rare and so expensive. So you're going to get a standard Vecchio and extra Vecchio, aged and extra aged. So the stuff that's in Arthur Avenue, you can go there, you can get a 12-month. It's the same 12-month you're getting at Sam's Club. Same exact 12-month at Sam's Club. Because in Italy, the standards are so strict, the law is so strict, the cheese has to be made the same. No ifs, ands, or buts. The cheese is made the same. Now, if you go to, so when you go to these plants, these manufacturers, producers, these small farms that are making small producers, then they go into consolidation warehouse. They're not saying, oh, that's for Sam's Club. Make that one cheaper. No, the consortium, the inspectors come through on a regular basis, knock the wheels, prod the wheels, taste, and test. If there is an inferior cheese, the wheel of that cheese, if there's an inferior cheese of Reggiano, it has to get stripped of its skin, because that's where the stamping's on it. The mold that it's put in has the Parmesan Reggiano label on it and the stamping, the rind. So if it does not meet the standards of the consortium, and that's the product that gets shipped worldwide, same product. It's not for Sam's Club, it's a cheaper one versus Arthur Avenue versus a restaurant, or it's the same product. Different aging, but same product. Same partially skimmed milk at night, fresh milk in the morning, cows are milked all the time. Grass-fed from the local area of Emilia-Romagna. Copper vats only fired once. All right, if you want cheaper Parmesan, then you're going to buy Grana, or you're going to buy Romano. You're going to buy other cheeses that are produced more, less standards, can do more volume. But when it comes to the Reggiano, the real deal Reggiano, it's all the same. So if there's a wheel of Reggiano that does not meet the criteria of the inspectors, so they come through and inspect every wheel several times throughout its 12-month or 18-month aging or 2-year aging. They just do that on a consistent basis because they want to make sure the product is pristine and represents itself. If there's a wheel that is in question, so they knock it, and if it's a hollow spot or they prod it and it's not tasting right, it gets stripped of the rind, so it loses its identity, and that cheese right there is sold to a local lasagna producer, ravioli producer, chicken parmesan producer. It gets sold off into the production world, and it's stripped of its labels. They're not allowed to call it Parmesan because it was declassified. It was deemed as not what the quality should be for Reggiano. That's the deal, folks. So if you go to Sam's Club right now, if you go to Walmart right now and buy the stamped Reggiano, it's the same stuff that they're having on Arthur Avenue. There's no difference. You can find older stuff on the market, but it's made the same exact way, if this all makes sense. So if you can get a hold of a 60-month, it's going to be 3 times the price. Get a hold of the 60-month. Get a hold of a 3-year or a 5-year-old. They're amazing treats. And you can taste the difference of what aging does along the way. Even if you can get a 12-month versus a 24-month of Vecchio and extra Vecchio, there's differences in this. So of course, the older the cheese gets, the more dehydrated it gets, the more the flavors pronounced, the more it ages. But folks, Reggiano, all Italian products are some of the strictest products in the world that are regulated. They figured out how to make Reggiano 1,000 years ago, right? They figured out milk the cows twice a day, partially skimmed, full milk, every 365 days a year. Every part in Italy has figured this out. Prosciutto di Parma, prosciutto di San Daniele, because the winds that come dry the hams there the best. So everything's figured out upon the environment, the products they have, the products that grow there, and what they can feasibly do. So that's how that happens. And this says hundreds and hundreds of years of history in a lot of these products. So it's just been doing by tradition. But they learned. Somebody's grandmother 15, 20, 25 generations ago knew what to do and how to make it. And that's how the traditions have been passed on. So it's very, very, very protected. Most Italian products are very, very protected if they have the stamp on them. When it comes to balsamic, the real deal balsamic, when it comes to the wines like Barolos, Brunellos, Terrassis, all this is very, very, very protected. So there's no really difference in when you're buying these kind of products except for aging issues or aging details. So that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have an amazing, amazing day. Not sure when you're catching this video, but it's the 26th of March. We just launched a insane deal. 2 grilled ribeye steaks, and a bottle of wine. It's normally a $70 value, 69, 90-ish. We're blowing it out for $35, $34.99 for to go, starting yesterday all the way until the end of April 2021. We sold a ton of those last night. People called and pre-ordered them for tonight. It's a to-go only special. If you sat down and ate it in the restaurant, it's $70. If you're taking it home, it's $35. It's half price. The wine, we bought 40 cases of wine this last week, specifically for this special. That's how much we're gearing up for this special. We sold a ton of it last night. So there's 4 wines to choose from, everything from a light Lago de Nero from Lake Garda, from Sermoni, which is an amazing, amazing place up north. If you go to Italy with us, if you went to Italy with us a few years ago, we took everybody to Sermoni, beautiful peninsula in Lake Garda in the very, very south point, a medieval village, like one of my most favorite places in Italy, Sermoni. Amazing, amazing. Lake Garda is amazing. Then we have some from central Italy, from Chianti, and we even have one from southern Italy, a Manduria from Apulia, from Salento. So there's 4 wines. There's even a Spanish one in the mix that's stronger, a little more tannins, bolder, nice steak wine. If you don't eat steak, you can substitute salmon. If you're a vegetarian, we'll be happy to substitute our chickpea and eggplant dish in there, or the skillet polenta. We're just happy to substitute. But when we advertise 2 steaks and a bottle of wine, it's like, ooh, right? So, but it's basically 2 entrees. You can do salmon, you can do the ribeye, or one of the vegetarian dishes. So, all right, folks, super busy day here at the restaurant. It's Friday. Hope to see everybody soon. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Just drop a comment. If this was helpful, just drop a comment and say yes. Because, again, a lot of people I know say, oh, my gosh, I have to go to Arthur Avenue because Arthur Avenue has the real deal Reggiano, and I can't get it anywhere around here. And a lot of people will think, well, you bought yours at Sam's Club. I went to Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. Yours doesn't taste as good. It's the same cheese. In fact, in Italy, we've been there. We met the farmer first thing in the morning, making the cheese. We posted pictures. They were stirring away. You only make so many wheels that day because you only have to fire the copper kettles once. We were there that morning. We were early. What were we there, like 7:30, Jamie, in the morning? Yeah, the milk had just arrived. They're mixing with the milk from the day before, and they were forming the wheels. And then Zanetti, the one producer. So if you've ever seen TV or these Food Network shows about Reggiano, you'll see these massive warehouses that have like 250,000 wheels of cheese. Those exist, and that is the norm there. What happens is you have the small producers that make the cheese. So it goes from a very small producer that they have 12 copper kettles. So that person who's producing it doesn't have the warehouse to age things for 12 months typically. The place we were at did, and they sold their own line of cheese. But what they can't warehouse, they make, and they send it to a consolidator like Zanetti, and that's the label that's going to be on there. So Zanetti is buying from 15 or 18 different small producers. They take all their wheels, they bring them in. Again, everything is exactly the same. There's no variation in the recipe. It has to be exact. And the inspectors are there looking. It's like having a rabbi in a kosher kitchen or a kosher property. The inspectors are there inspecting. We did a balsamic tour, and the inspector went on with us on the tour with the owner of the balsamic producer. The inspector was there with us. And making sure everything was right, and showed us, didn't want to misrepresent, and want to make sure we knew everything that was going on. So Zanetti, which you can find, I believe, in Walmart. Zanetti is a brand you can find at Walmart. We were at Zanetti. Zanetti, so the consolidators are the big guys. These are the families that buy from the 10, 15, 20, 30 small producers. And they're the ones who strictly warehouse it. All they do is warehouse cheese. They have the warehouse. And so from there, they age it to the specs. The inspectors come there again and go through every single wheel. Every single wheel is touched, knocked on, looked at, and prodded, so they can know what's all going on with the cheese. There's no wheel of cheese that's unturned. Everything's touched to make sure it meets the standards. And it can happen within the first 6 months or the first 11 months or 12 months, and they say this cheese, something happened to it. Strip it of its rind. It's not a total loss. Strip it of its rind, so it can't be identified as Reggiano anymore. Shred it and give it to one of the local manufacturers. Let them make lasagna with it. Let them make gnocchi with it. Let them make whatever they want with it, but they can't call it Reggiano. So It's called hard grating cheese, I believe was a term. Is that right, Jamie? I think hard grating cheese is what the ingredient is. Hard grating cheese instead of Reggiano. But it's just, Reggiano that didn't quite make the specs. So that's it, folks. Hopefully this was helpful, and we'll see everybody soon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Please share this video with a chef, with another home cook, with people who like cheese. Share this in a food group. If you know any food groups, whether you're in California, Arizona, like Joel is, or here in New York, or wherever you are, share it in a food group. Educational stuff here, trying to add some value. And if you're here in New York, you don't need to run down to Arthur Avenue anymore. So if you're up in upstate New York. All right, folks, have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you later.